Yo, what's good everybody? In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a full guide on exactly how to get started trading meme coins and how to do it the proper and the right way. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to be able to get crypto. So there is a couple different ways, actually a lot of different ways that you can get crypto. I'm going to be talking about the most realistic and I guess easiest ways, right? So the first way, which is the obvious one, is you can go buy on Kraken or Coinbase or Phantom or wherever you want to buy your crypto, right? And then you send it to your wallet. Or another way is basically doing the same thing, right? Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, all these different exchanges. But you sign up with the referral link that I'll have in the Discord, and you get for each exchange around $75 or $50 in free crypto. So if you do the math and you do all the exchanges, you can make around $400 to $700 depending on how many you do and yeah, I guess where you live, right? Because I guess some countries and some regions are different. So this is super free. If you guys are broke or you need free money or you just want to start off with crypto and just get some extra Solana, get some extra USDC, whatever you want to do, then do them. It's that easy. Now that you have your crypto in your exchange, you need to send it to a wallet. So what you're going to do is you're going to go on Google and you're going to search up Phantom Wallet, all right? It's this easy. Make sure it says https://phantom.com. Don't click any like Funtum or like Fontim or like none of that, bro. Like if you click those, you guys are cooked. You might as well like smash your computer and go buy a new one. So click on this one, all right, the official Phantom, and you're going to download Phantom to your browser, all right? Now, what is Phantom, right? So what is a wallet? A wallet is where you store your crypto, right? If you have your money on an exchange wallet like Coinbase or Kraken, that's not a self-custodial wallet. That's, a parental wallet or whatever we can call it, because you don't own the private key. Now, your private key is the most important thing in crypto. This is lesson one. I should have even put this at the beginning before even buying crypto. This is the most important thing. This is like your social security number in crypto. Now, there is still people, right? I put a disclaimer, right? In my server, I put a disclaimer, never give out your private key. When I will never message you, blah, 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 right? Because the truth is, that's super sad is it's like natural selection, right? You can tell everybody exactly what not to do, how not to get scammed, whatever. And, the natural selection happens. You have the, fake Nigerian star, Indian star, or whatever, right? And he's like, what are you talking about? And then, someone gets drained, which is very, very, very unfortunate, right? And I do try my best to get these guys out of the server as quickly as possible. So if you guys just make sure you're not, if a fake star messages you, I mean, it's pretty easy to tell the difference, like the chat GPT translation versus like me, like 90% of the time I don't DM anybody, or if you do want to DM me, then just click on the server thing and yeah, just click on my name. Like that's that easy. So you don't have to click any like the fake ones or whatever. So this was just a quick disclaimer because I know like there's a lot of people that have been like telling me like, oh, like, how to like, I got scammed or this happened, right? Whether it was in, from, someone messaging them or them like going onto a malicious site. So in this video, I'm going to be not just showing you how to get started in trading, right? But also how to avoid these scams because, well, quite frankly, there's a lot of scams in crypto, so you do not want to fall for them because it's your own hard-earned money. All of us want to keep our money. We don't want to give our money to like, we just don't want to do that, right? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to download Phantom. Now, you hear this, right? You hear that? You hear this? You're going to get a pen and you're going to get a paper right now, all right? I'm going to give you 5 seconds. All right, now that you have your pen and paper, right, you're going to write down your 12-word phrase or 24, whatever they give you, and you're going to write it down and you're going to put it somewhere safe, somewhere preferably hidden, right? There's tons of different places. I'm not going to say all the different places, but somewhere hidden. This is your like social security number of, like crypto. So you need to keep it somewhere safe. and ideally maybe on metal or on wood, right? Because if your house burns down, then, or your house gets on a flood, then whatever, then your paper's cooked. So I mean, obviously, if you have like $50, no, it does not matter. But don't keep it on like your notes app, or don't put it down on your phone, or like text yourself or send it to somebody, because, well, if your computer gets hacked, or whatever happens, like say someone logs into your account, then you're cooked. Like you're not just your computer's cooked, but your crypto's cooked as well. So it literally takes an extra 5 seconds. It's not that hard, and that's like the most important thing, I promise you guys. Now, if anybody ever DMs you, right? Like say their name is, Star, like, and they have a same profile picture as me, whatever. And, they send you their whole entire script that they got off ChatGPT, right? Or let's say Orangey messages you guys, right? Or like, just anybody, right? Like it doesn't even matter, right? If any of these people message you, then and they're like, oh, give me your, private key, or give me your recovery phrase, your 12-word passphrase. You never, ever, 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 ever give this to anybody, because the second you do that, your wallet is gone forever. You cannot change your wallet password. This is like, you can never do any of that. Your wallet is gone forever. Especially like if it's an Axiom wallet, right? That you worked hard on grinding, right? Getting up all your points, whatever, then it's all gone forever. Your wallet's gone. So this is the most important thing that you need to do. Make sure your private key is somewhere safe, and then you set up Phantom Wallet. Now, what do you do after you set it up? You're going to make a password, etc. Then you're going to click the receive button, and you're going to click receive Solana. So you're going to send money from your Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, etc., your Solana, into your Phantom. All right. Now, after your money is in your Phantom, you're going to click Axiom Pro. Now, I have the official link for Axiom Pro in the link in the description. You're going to get an extra 10% off of fees, as well as you're going to be able to get in infinite giveaways as long as you join the Discord server, because I do giveaways for people that are using my link. It helps me out. It helps you guys out. And yeah, this platform is absolutely insane. This is by far the best trading platform for meme coins, the fastest. You get a free Twitter tracker that is like the millisecond a tweet comes out, right? Even before you get the notification on your phone, it comes out on here. You get a free wallet tracker. For all of these tools, you're going to be paying, at least $2,000 a month for all these tools, but it's all built into Axiom for free. And they have the lowest fees in the market, better than BullX, better than Photon, better than all these other platforms. So this is the best platform that I'm always going to recommend. Now, the next thing is you're going to want Uxento. But before we get into that, let's get started on setting it up. So what are you going to do? Well, first, let me go to a private browser. 1 second. Let's go incognito. Let's go to Axiom. Axiom.trade. Oh my goodness, I cannot type. Perfect. So this is what it's going to look like for you, right? You're going to go log in, and then you're going to do sign up. All right. So you're going to do for an email, let's just do this at gmail.com. Now, invite code, you're going to do *GOAT. All right. This is super crucial, because if you don't put the invite code, you're not going to get any of the good benefits. And yeah, you're probably cooked. Let me just make sure I got it right. *GOAT. So super, super, super important. Now, after you do the code, after you do all that, you're going to sign up and make your account. Now, after you make your account, it's going to give you the same exact thing on your Phantom, as it said, right? You're going to get a new private key. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go to your Axiom, you're going to go to the settings, and you're going to import your 12-word phrase, right? The one that your Axiom gave you. So now you have two accounts. You have your Phantom wallet, and then you have a separate wallet that's inside of the Phantom wallet that's for your Axiom. So basically, they're both linked together. So you can send money from your Phantom into your Axiom, from your Axiom into your Phantom, etc. Way, way, way easier. A lot of people don't tell you this. A lot of people don't do this. So I'm just going to tell you, right? Super, super, super simple. Now, after you have this all set up, it looks confusing, right? So you can customize this as much as you want. You can change all the colors, whatever, right? That's all down here. We're gonna get into like the more, I guess, like serious stuff. So before that, I'm gonna get a drink of water again. Alrighty. So we have new pairs, we have final stretch, and we have migrated. These are the three sections when it comes to trading meme coins. So the new pairs are the, like the babies. And the final stretch is like the teenagers. The migrated is like the grown-ups, right? So anything on new pairs, these coins start off at like 5K market cap. And 90% of these coins go nowhere, right? So we can see 5K, 5K, 17K. Now you have to watch out because some of these can, like a lot of these basically just do rug the second they come out and go to zero. Now we have final stretch, which are coins that are getting close to the bonding curve, right? So what is the bonding curve? Well, when a coin migrates on, Axiom or Pump Fund or whatever you're looking at it, right? You're going to be able to see it on Deck Screener, where there's a lot of people, a lot of traders that watch on here. And basically what happens is when a coin migrates, there's going to be a lot more eyes. There's going to be a lot more attention on the coin, which is honestly, really, really good for the coin. So everybody has their mindset, oh, can we migrate this? Let's migrate this. Let's migrate this. So that's something that's super, 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 super important to look at is, both of these. Now, the last one is going to be migrated. The migrated coins are going to be the ones that already reached the bonding curve and they're already, like showing on Deck Screener, showing on all these other platforms. And one thing too, when a coin migrates and you can see it on Deck Screener, you don't see the chart before it migrates. You only see it the second it migrates. You can see the chart from migration afterwards. With Axiom, you get to see the whole entire chart. That's why I highly, highly, highly recommend using a trading platform like this. Now, you're going to need filters, all right? Because there is so many coins, and like 99% of these are actual trash. They're never going to go anywhere, or they're rugs. So I have all the filters for free in the Discord. I could show you exactly, what is which. I'll just break them down really quick. So all these platforms you don't want to use. Maybe turn on Heaven, but we, keep on Pump, Bonk, and Bags. Leave everything else off. Most of these aren't really getting any volume, so you don't want to see just a bunch of other coins. And yeah, aside from that, I think that's it for new pairs. Just basically go raw dog, right? The reason to that is I want to, if I see a crazy tweet come out, I usually trade final stretch. But if I see a crazy tweet come out, I can just quickly blast it and boom, right? If I didn't have the filters, then I wouldn't be able to get in or if I had filters, I wouldn't be able to see the coins. So I need to see all the coins. Now, maybe you can get away with setting it at like 8K market cap, minimum. So you don't see just the dead coins that start off right off the bat. That's your personal choice. Now, with the final stretch, same exact filters, same with migrated, right? But the only difference is the age, right? The age, the top 10 holders, all these different things that we're going to be changing. Now, if you guys don't want to type this in, right? I already made it super, super, super easy for you. So I already exported these. They're already in a PDF. So you just copy and paste it, right? They're all for free in the Discord. So you go import, Control V, and then you just import them, right? You do the same for final stretch and migrated. Now, it is super, super, super important. I literally made like the best filters that you guys can use. So if you haven't already, go drop a like, go drop a subscribe, because it would mean a lot. And also, I'm helping you. I'm doing you guys a favor anyway. So after you guys have these filters, you need to know what to buy, right? But you also need to know what you are buying, because this is what most people are going to do. They're going to sit on the wallet tracker, right? Another thing is I'm going to break down exactly the wallet tracker, etc. But they'll sit on this wallet tracker. They're going to wait for Cupsy to buy, and then they're going to buy right after him, and they're going to get rugged, right? This is like the canon event for most traders. They're like where they start to realize like the market isn't all like fun and rainbows, right? The truth is the market is hyper competitive, and you need to have an advantage in the market. You need to have an edge in order to make yourself profitable. Now, if you want to have an edge, I highly, highly, highly recommend using this free tool called Uxento. It is by far, right? Like I said, free. This is by far the best tool that you can use if you're a trader or if you're a dev. All right. You can literally dev coins from Twitter Tracker, right? Like say I wanted to dev this Doge Designer tweet, go to udev, it already copies a tweet, already copies the Twitter that it's linked to, etc. And you can literally do it in one click, right? You see on Axiom how you have the instant buy feature on a coin. You could just instant buy it without having to like confirm anything, do this, right? You could just instant buy it. The same thing for deving. Think about how crazy that is if an Elon tweet comes out and you're able, you know, not just to be the first person that buys after the dev, but the first person to buy because you are the dev. This is insane alpha that I'm giving you guys. This platform is free. And not only that, right? If we go to Uxento, the actual website, you can keep this either on your main monitor, on a separate monitor, whatever. If we go to Uxento Vision, they have a free built-in CT tracker. They have a built-in Truth Social tracker. They have a built-in Streamflow locks, and they have a built-in CA tracker. All of these on one page. If you guys don't know what Streamflow locks are, when a dev or person locks their supply of a token, right? They lock their tokens for a given period of time. Instead of having to go look through it on chain, etc., you can see through this millisecond it comes out, right? Not the second, not the 5 second, the millisecond it comes out, it will update on here. This is how you guys get an advantage in the market. Nobody wants to give you the sauce because they are the ones that are gatekeeping. They are the ones that are using the sauce. And the less people that know, the more money they're just going to make off of their copy traders, right? Because they want people to be dumb, right? Or not, I guess, educated enough in the market because it makes it way easier for them to just farm them all day. So I want you guys to all win, all right? I want you guys to be locked in. So in order to be locked in, right, you need to have the best tools. You need to have the best community. So if you want a really good community, join the one in the description, my free Discord, right? I do have a paid section as well. If you guys are really serious about learning, you can get one-on-ones with me. You get access to the best tools, right? I have an alpha scanner in there, built-in Twitter tracker, DexPay checker, and I have, which is new, full course videos that will take you from the very, very, very beginning of your trading journey up until very, very advanced steps, right? And you also get access to the VIP trenching calls. You also get access to, like I said, one-on-ones. And not only that, you get access to early plays. So, such a good server. Really, really, really cool people in there. Make sure you go join. It's free. Now, getting back to this, right? You need to have the best tools. So, Uxento is one of them. Another tool that I was breaking down in another video was Copyfish. Now, this tool is super, super cool because you can copy text from images. So if someone posts a CA, or let's say they post the CA but it's in a picture, you can copy the image and you can copy the text from that image, right? Or let's say you wanted to see what the text was on the background, right? But you couldn't tell. The copy text will let you zoom in onto that image, copy the text, etc. So you can even make a coin from that text. So many different things you can do. But when you start putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, you start getting a beautiful formed puzzle. And this is the exact thing on trading. The exact same thing. Now, let me drink some more water. How are we going to find good coins? How are we going to find good narratives? How are we going to be able to find things to actually send, right? So the first thing is we're going to want to look at the holders. The holder is super important, as well as the token analytics, because everything is on chain. So the first thing that we're going to look for is the holders, right? So what we want to see is holders with normal balances, right? You don't want the balances to be super low. Now, another thing is this is something that's just called intuition, right? This is just going to be something that you're going to see just with time. Look at how weird this chart looks, right? If we compare it to any other chart, we could look at like this chart. This is another rug coin, right? So with intuition, you just know if it's a one candle all the way up to like 100K or whatever K, right? And then you could just sell. This is just completely fake volume. So what do? We just hide the token on pulls. We don't want to see this token, right? That way, we're kind of filtering it ourselves, right? The ones that do sneak past the filters, right? Because there's going to be a couple. You don't have to see them. So I don't know why this chart is bugging. Let me see. All right. So we're going to hide this token because it's an obvious rug. We're going to go to the next one. So So this one might have some potential. We can keep it open. We're going to keep looking, all right? It's super, super, super important to look at the holders, though, as well as the bundlers. Now, the bundler section right here is not always 100% accurate, right? It does its best to try. We have to realize these devs are getting smart with how they are bundling tokens, right? They're mixing the money, they're throwing it into exchanges, etc., which makes it way harder to track on-chain. Now, if you want a really good tool to be able to track on-chain, you're going to go to the holders tab, you're going to tap on this, show bubble map, and the amazing thing is you get 4 options with Axiom. They used to have 1, they got 2, they had 3, and now you have 4. So you have Inside X, you have Faster 100X, which loads insanely quick, right? And you can see we have a bundle right here. So what is a bundle? A bundle is one person or a group of people that want to hold a big percentage of the tokens, a big percentage of the supply without having, without in one wallet. Because if they had it all in one wallet, people would be scared, oh, they have too much. But if you could do, 1 divided by 5, let's say, 2% in each wallet, but in total they have 10% and they can sell it instantly, right? It's just called either multi-walleting or bundling, whatever you want to call it. Now, devs do this and traders do this, so you need to watch out. But this is the insane tool, right? We can look at the other bubble maps. So you have 3 different options right here to check and match, right? We could do magic nodes, and boom, there's some more ties. Then we look at Cabal Spy, which will tell you what kind of KOLs are in the token. So we have this Simple, I think, one Simple guy, I don't know who he is, the Doc, and then we have Letterbomb. So Letterbomb's like the Korean quant guy. So this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be sitting here. It might take 10 minutes. It might take 20 minutes. It might take 30. It might take an hour, right? And you're going to be just watching. You're going to be saying, oh, what's sending right now? What's the narrative? What's the meta, right? And you're going to be waiting for something good to come to you. You have to approach this market in the sense of waiting for things to come to you. If you're always chasing pumps, always chasing things, you're just going to get completely slaughtered. You need to wait for the right trade to come to you. You need to execute it properly. And that's how you're going to be able to make money in the market. So if you guys haven't already joined the free Discord in the link in the description, make sure you go join that. Make sure you go drop a like in the video. And make sure you guys go do those free crypto bonuses, because who doesn't want free crypto, right? They're super, super, super easy. I have a whole section in the server dedicated to them. I did all the hard work of finding all them for you. So if you guys don't want free money, then don't do it. I don't care, right? Just go to the Discord if you guys want to do it. Now, the last thing is you need to have proper risk management. This is by far the most important thing in crypto, in my opinion, that will get anybody destroyed, right? Even if you have 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, or $1 million in crypto, if you don't know how to manage your risk, you're going to get completely sent to the slaughterhouse. Even if you have tons of money to start with, please trade with smaller amounts, right? Like say you usually trade with 1 SOL or 2 SOL, 3 SOL, 4 SOL per trade. Lower that down to like 0.1 or 0.25 or 0.5. You're not going to make crazy money at first, of course, but you're going to be able to build all the lessons, right? Not just for the same cost, but a cheaper cost. You can learn all the lessons for, the trading that you're doing, right? And then once you're more confident in your trading ability, you're going to be able to be way, way, way more profitable. And you're going to save so much money in the long run. Now, you could even do paper trading, right? I've made a whole video on paper trading. The platform's called sniper.xyz, and you could paper trade meme coins. If you don't know what paper trading is, you can trade meme coins without real money and learn how to do it, right? So, without any further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And lastly, drop a comment for any future videos you'd like me to touch up on. And yeah, thank you for watching.